Some Nigerians are coming at me to say, stop talking about Ghana in bad light. This is capable of causing some diplomatic issues and other things. You should advise Ghanaians to stop harassing Nigerians. This is a report actually by a particular doctor, and he said this: Nigerians are being harassed by Ghanaian police and nothing is being done about it. Even their authorities are in approval of it. That is quite disturbing. I've seen a report on that. About 700 Nigerians were deported from Ghana, and a lot of things, a lot of twisted things about that. A lot of Nigerians are being bullied in Ghana. A lot of Nigerians are losing their businesses in Ghana. I cannot defend all Nigerians. We have some few bad eggs in those countries around the world. Yes, you can say that these guys are into crimes and the rest. We have few bad eggs in those countries. And you need to understand that it is not easy for a foreigner to commit crime successfully in a particular place without the help of the locals. That is something you need to understand. So now they are criminalizing Nigerians, and that is really not what we should be doing right now. Instead of us to stop this kind of hating with a purposeful mission at heart, these guys are brewing some kind of agendas against Nigeria. I want you to find this topic. It was published by Sahara Reporters: How Ghanaian Police Illegally Raid, Harass, Extort Money from Nigerians in Ghana. That is coming in from a particular activist and was published on October 20, 2021. Igwe, in an article titled "Guilty of Being Nigerian in Ghana," revealed that the Ghanaian policemen had constantly raided illegally the apartments of Nigerian communities in Ghana to extort money from them without any intervention from the authorities. Dr. Leo Igwe has actually made a report on that. I think a lot of people are calling on Nigerian government to protect Nigerians in the diaspora, and this is not well managed by the APC's administration. Ranging from the period of Muhammadu Buhari to the period of Tinubu, they are not managing this. Nigerians in diaspora are not being protected. Yes, a particular person came out to say a Ghanaian friend recently shared a Facebook post on some police raid that targeted Nigerians. His post reads: "My apartment has been raided by the Ghana police 4 times in less than a year. Whatever reasons you think for, this is worse. The apartment used to be occupied by some Nigerian men who were tired of being harassed by the police." These are some of the things being met on Nigerians in Ghana. This is really, really disturbing, and we have to talk about it. Check this headline: Xenophobia. Our South African classmates bully tell us to leave their country. Nigerian pupils. These are kids. There's something happening in South Africa right now. The Nigerianization of crimes in South Africa. This is quite disturbing. Any crime being committed by anybody in South Africa, they are saying it is Nigerians that are doing so. And this is the level of hate that a lot of people are really coming up with against Nigerians in South Africa. I think it's quite disturbing, and we have to find a solution to this. We have to start speaking about love and preaching love in the streets of Africa at a time like this. This is quite disturbing. When I saw the first write-up, how Nigerian students, these are within the age of 6 to 12, and talking about how they are being hated by South African students and other things. These are some of the things being transferred by the South African parents to their children against Nigeria. I think we need to start finding a kind of solution to this. Thank God for the lives of Malema. These guys are really coming out to speak against all of this, and a lot of people are really appreciating the effort of this Malema in Nigeria. And now some people are really disturbed about it. I have some people that were supposed to go to South Africa with their families, but right now they are considering not going with their families but going alone because they don't know the psychological trauma that South Africans are going to put their children through because of this kind of indicting report on social media, and a lot of people are really talking about it. When you jump on a conversation with a South African, they will justify this, and that is quite disturbing. I cannot justify children being bullied. That is what I will tell you. Let us protect children at a time like this. Let us protect their mental health, their minds. Let us protect them physically, financially, any way we can. This is quite disturbing. They are the future of this world, and we have to impact good cultures and good morals in them, not telling them to treat their fellow Africans like outcasts in their country. When you find me getting angry about this, these are some of the reports that I see online, especially, that gets me angry. I've had contact with persons in South Africa, with persons in Ghana. They told me their experiences. I was like moved to tears, and I have to speak about it. But some people are saying that, why do you took it upon Ghana this period? Yes, in 2023 we've been silent about it. Ghanaian bloggers have been telling some kind of fake fictitious stories about Nigerians and making Nigerians look bad in front of the world. But what I'm simply doing is a defensive mechanism. I don't have to constantly explain that Nigerians are good people. 5 richest persons in Africa. These are some of the biggest billionaires in Africa you can find anywhere when you Google and get to understand the story. This is according to Business Insider, and we have to share it with you guys. Before I start, I want to talk about somebody coming out in my comment section to speak about US having the largest music industry in the world, while countries like China and India, with the largest population, still they don't have a large music base in the world. When your music is not crossing international boundary or being accepted across international boundaries, you cannot become big by yourself alone. Check how many collaborations US people they are having with other countries of the world when it comes to entertainment, and check the infrastructure they've built over the years because of this achievement. As a result of that, crossing international boundaries into other nations, they are casting their influence on other nations, and that is actually paying off at a time like this. When you look at the Nigerian music industry across Africa, you will get to understand that Nigeria not only having influence in Nigeria, they are still having influence in other African nations because they are constantly collaborating and pushing their music across international boundaries. That is another help for you guys, and you have to look at it from that point of view, because you cannot really develop your music industry alone. 5 richest black billionaires in Africa. Number 5, we have Strive Mesiyiwa. He is from Zimbabwe, and this guy is into telecommunication, and this guy is worth over $1.9 billion, a whooping sum for a black billionaire. He is the 5th richest man in Africa. Number 4, Patrice Motsepe. This guy is from South Africa and worth over $2.4 billion. Is into mining and other business ventures. South Africa has one of the biggest economy in Africa, and we can really praise them for that. Number 3 on my list is Mike Adenuga. He is a billionaire worth over $3.1 billion into telecommunication in Nigeria. This guy has actually impacted in the communication industry in Nigeria and across Africa to an extent. He's the owner of Globalcom, really winning with that industry. That is something I can really see. Number 2, we have Abdulsamad Rabiu into cement and sugar. It's worth over $6.1 billion. A lot of people can really attest to that in Nigeria based on what they see that comes in from these guys' factories. Number 1, we have Aliko Dangote with $9.8 billion.